Instagram fam, what's up everybody? How is everybody on this fine Monday morning? What everyone trade today? What's up, Caesar? Simone, what's up, homie? From the motherland. Hope everyone's good over there in Italy, man. Got a little topic I want to discuss today. And as usual, just kick it, answer any questions you guys have. Pretty decent day in the market today. Trader Hack, what's up, buddy? Yep, IMMU. The airlines have always been in play a lot the past couple days. They're outside of my niche. I don't really touch them, but Carnival got an investment from the Saudis, which is interesting. So I had a nice rip today. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, right? Rinse and repeat. So I had some nice plays in the room today that were very, very stress-free, which is the goal every day. The goal every day when you're a day trader is not to trade all day. This is where I want to get into topic of discussion, which is time structure of the market. So if you guys are newer to day trading, appreciate the follow. If you followed me before, this discussion shouldn't really be anything new to you. But the market has structure to it every single day. And the analogy that I want to use before I get into the juice is, the longer you stay in a casino, the higher chance you have of losing. So as time increases, your probability of winning goes down. And that's a true statistic. So the casino in the long run has edge, and that's how the casinos stay in business. So that's how you, in a nutshell, how you want to look at the market. And what I've been saying in the room is, you're either the casino on a daily basis, or you're the guy doing the gambling. Now, the guy doing the gambling, it's fine to be that guy, but recognize that you're supposed to hit the tables when they're hot and leave when they're cold. This is where card counting, all that shit comes into play, right? Which is essentially a structure. Day trading is no different. There's structure to day trading, where you have a higher probability of winning in the long run, and when you have a lower probability of winning in the long run. So we focus on the first 1 to 3 hours in chat, because this is what's called price discovery. The market has news every day, whether it's a headline. Every stock has price discovery, whether it's a headline or catalyst. So within that first 1 to 2 to 3 hour window, that's where the market is trying to figure out price discovery, where the price of that stock deserves to be. And in between that price discovery, what happens is that you have emotions and people placing bets and people taking advantage of volatility, right? So that's how you want to look at trading, is that we're looking to capitalize on that window of price discovery, because when that window ends, the price discovery, the market's already established where the stock deserves to be. The range starts to decline, the volume starts to decline, and then insert a lot of chop spin cycle, I call it hibachi in chat, that's what occurs midday. So if you're looking to trade all day, every day, you're already in the wrong mindset. Our goal every day is to capitalize on that price discovery, make our money, and leave before that window ends. And that is what we teach in the chat room. So stocks that were in play today, just to rattle off a few: Codex, CODX, APT, SLGG, AKER, XSPA, XSPA, and those are, and IMMU, even though I didn't really touch it, some of the main ones. So if you can get 5 to 10 stocks to move on a daily basis, then you're good every day. And you can see, if you look at AKER, if you look at CODX, APT, what happened after the first hour to two is that these stocks, that price discovery and that window of higher probability trading ended. And now you have a lot of hibachi, a lot of chop, a lot of low probability like trades. So going back to the casino analogy, it's fine to trade those windows, but because you have your lower probability trades, then what you need to do is drop your size, aka drop your bet, place less bets, and this is the way that you're using probability and market structure to your advantage. I'm not going to elaborate on too much more details because I'm a big believer of there's plenty of free shit out there that's lower quality stuff. I save the gems for people that subscribe to my room. So if you're interested in the room, I'm still letting people in. I'm just not letting newbies in. So if you DM me, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, get a gauge of where you're at in your trading career. But I'm not going to be sharing any gems on here. I'm just having generalized trading discussions. So again, DM me after this and we can chat about if you're interested in the room. It's $49 a month. Again, the reason I'm not forceful constantly promoting the room is because right now there's plenty of people in there. I don't really get a lot of cancellations, which means people like it. And the goal was from the get-go was to keep this as an exclusive room. This is not a room where everyone and anyone can join. So on a daily basis, our goal is to nail and bail and not sit here all day and trade. The only reason I'm kind of hanging out still is because to do this live with you guys and just to monitor stuff. But if you're in the chat room, I'm very vocal about this whole process. So that's really my take on market structure. I know a lot of rooms out there that also provide trading education, but some of them are just trading all day, every day, and they don't really teach their members about edge and probability and lower sizing during low probable trading times and when volume starts to die off, etc. So this is stuff that I think is very, very important and separates my room from most people and what else is out there. And people that are in here right now from the room, I'm sure they can vouch. Every night I do a nightly watch list, which is setups that I'm interested in going into the day, and then a morning watch list, which is setups that are up on some type of news and or higher relative volume. So every day we're looking to capitalize. We don't really care what the SPY does, even though the market's having a really nice day today. It means I'm like checking it now for probably the second time on the day. Doesn't matter. And gap up days for day traders usually aren't day traders don't like gap up days because the whole move has been made. But with small caps, there's zero correlation, so it doesn't matter at all. So all those stocks that I rattled off before, some of them went red, some of them are staying green. Either way, there's zero correlation with SPY. And in the long run, this provides for less variables to consider, therefore, more simplified trading approach. So that being said, you can open up a little Q&A. You guys have any questions about anything in particular that I'm willing to discuss? Coleman Foster, I know many people that only trade that way. You trade the open. I don't know a lot of people that hang around for intraday trading, is the truth. John June, I don't really care about what the overall market does, and people always ask me, like, I get so many DMs from people that a lot of you guys are very supportive and ask good questions, but some people, they try to tell me what the market's going to do, and I don't know shit. I know that I know nothing, and I let the SPY chart do the talking for me. So people that are like, do you think we're going to hit lows again? Do you think this? I don't even think about that at all on a daily basis, because that's not my job. My job as a day trader is to react, not to predict. Weathermen predict, and what's their win rate? In my opinion, maybe fucking 10, 20%. So that's just a good analogy for trading. Predicting comes with ego-like thinking. And I've said this before in prior lives, take your ego, put it in a brown paper bag, and leave it at the fucking door. Because the market doesn't care about your ego or what you think you know. In the long run, it's about what the chart says, and we react according to the chart. So I'm probably not going to open up the room in the close future for beginners. But what I'm doing in the next 2 weeks is I'm doing a virtual summit where I'm not going to give too much details yet, but I'm going to cap that as well and basically do a weekend plus weekday live training and trading where you guys will learn my methods and then watch me trade live for the week. It'll be super cheap, super affordable, and that's why I'm going to cap it and keep it somewhat exclusive. And again, just hit me in the DMs after this. There's no reason to tell me a billion times over in this live that you want to join. And I probably haven't answered you, do what you say, because you're begging. So don't beg, dude. It's immediate turn off. In terms of books, I have a list. I posted a video yesterday, and I have a picture on my Instagram of plenty of books. So go through my feed and check that shit out. My motto is make an effort for people that make an effort. So I don't believe in spoon feeding people. I don't believe in holding people's hands. I provide the information, and it's your job to make an effort. Show me you're making an effort, and then I'll make an effort to help you. I'm not going to talk about Acre. I talked about Acre in the chat room. Not going to talk about any particular stocks. If you're interested, you want more details, hit me up in the DMs. I'll see what your experience is like. Again, still letting people in the room, but at this point, I'm keeping it exclusive to people that have some experience over people that have none. If you have no experience, then your goal would be to stay in touch for when I talk about the summit. So I focus on small cap to mid cap stocks, ideally stocks that are 200 million market cap and below. I don't really mess with large caps or mega cap stocks. So these are small cap to mid cap stocks, usually stocks that are like under $30, under $10. That's usually my focus. It all depends on the market cap, the volume, the float, etc. But good day today. Still have a position I'm holding, but I'm up a little over $3,000, and I've basically been done since almost 10 o'clock. So going back to the casino analogy, I'm not here placing trades all day, every day. That's degenerate-like trading. You have no system, no edge. And again, this is stuff that I'm going to elaborate on in the summit. Over time, Keek, how do you deal initially with negative turning into positive days? When you first start out, in my opinion, you have a finite amount of mental capital, which means that you can only place so many trades and deal with so many swings in your equity before you hit that roadblock where your mental capital has been depleted on the day. And as time goes on and you gain more experience, that mental capital grows and you're able to handle more and deal with more trades and deal with more volatility. But at first, like year one, you have the lowest amount of mental capital that you will have. So a lot of that is making sure you lock in gains before the first hour or two. When you have days that go from green to red, obviously these are learning experiences, but they are way more difficult to mentally handle at first than they are year 2, 3, 4, etc. So in terms of best advice for risk management, I tell people you want to only trade setups where your reward is at least 3 times your risk. So if you're risking $300, it's to make at least 900. If you're risking $200, it's to make 600. By sticking to 3-to-1 minimum, you can have a 50% win rate and still do very well. You can even have like a 30 or 40% win rate and still do very well. Once you get under that 3-to-1, you need a higher win rate in order to balance out that equation. So if you really have questions about specific questions like sizing up in low floats, I think I'm personally one of the bigger provocators of trading psychology. And to keep it simple, your psychology and discipline outside the markets directly flows into your psychology and discipline during trading. So that's my 2 cents on mindset. What does that mean? Eat well. There's a science behind eating well. If you eat like shit, you're going to inflame, which causes brain fog, which skews your risk-reward decisions. You want to be making sure you're getting good sleep, because quality of sleep is a direct correlation between mental sharpness. You want to make sure you're running, getting a sweat, and working out. Why this is feel-good side of trading. You want to make sure you're releasing endorphins, making yourself feel good. All of this is just as important as knowing how to read a chart. Because if you could be the best chart reader and trader in the world, but in the law of large numbers, there's not many people that can eat like shit, not focus on their mental, and still do well in the markets. That's just the plain truth. What's up, Brett? Yeah, I miss my sauna. I don't think I've sauned in fucking weeks, and definitely feel it. That was my go-to routine. So little things like that, they make you feel sharper, they make you feel good. And definitely lately, having that taken away from me, although I could bitch and complain as much as I want, this is why I started running. But I definitely don't break as good as the sweat. I have to run like fucking 10 miles to sweat as much as I do with sauna. And sauna is the body's most natural way to detox and to de-inflame, which leads to clearer thinking, less brain fog. The science is there, so you can look that up on Google if you want. But these are little gems that I don't really think a lot of people talk about that are extremely, extremely relative and important in the trading world. Because this game, we are mental athletes. So compare yourself to a regular athlete, the way that LeBron James spends like over $1 million a year on food, because that food is the reason he's fucking LeBron James. But if you eat McDonald's every day and you don't have clear thoughts, confidence, etc., maybe you need to spend more money on healthier food. And although it's expensive, it's less expensive than having a shitty trade because you had McDonald's the night before. Like today I started last night, I do a 24-hour fast every 2 weeks, Sunday to Monday. So tonight I'm not eating. Yesterday, 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. This helps my body reset a little bit after, I'm sure everyone's been drinking a little bit on the weekends, splurging a little bit. That's fine. Just have that balance, Without that balance, your body starts to, in my opinion, it takes a toll on your mental health as well as your thoughts. So that's my 2 cents on psychology and discipline. So that being said, just wanted to hop on here, a nice little 20-minute sesh. Last couple questions, and we'll close it out here. I had a bunch of people that DM'd me yesterday that said they started fasting. Like my boy Mike, if you're in here, he said he dropped a ton of weight just from doing my daily routine is I'll have my first meal you do the 16/8 plan, which is you fast for 16 hours a day and you have eating window 8 hours a day. So my eating window is usually like noon or 1 p.m. to like 7 or 8 p.m. And then I'm fasting until that same time the next day. I have 32-inch Dell monitors. They are Dell U3219Q is the model number. Favorite meals after fasting, usually pizza or a burger. I still eat like an Italian. I just have windows where I allow myself to do that. And for everyone as well, you should cut most of your eating off by 7 or 8 p.m. each night. Because if you're sitting in bed, sleeping, and there's food in your stomach, you're going to wake up groggy and shit. So I definitely am a big believer of you want to have an outlet to decompress after trading because it's one of the more stressful careers out there, despite you guys see the gains and the trading, right? So if you don't have that outlet to decompress, trading can get a little bit more stressful. So warmer, nicer weather places have better outlets to decompress than colder, dark places. Vitamin D, super important. Apparently 80% of people in the Northeast are vitamin D deficient. Why? Because the fucking sun doesn't show face for half the year. So that's where, again, nicer, warmer places are easier outlets to decompress versus colder, dark, gloomy places. My man Brian, that Florida life, like it hasn't rained here once in a month. New York, it rains every other day. So not what it used to be, especially for the quality of life and how goddamn expensive it is. So that's it for me, guys. I'll post this on my YouTube later. If you're interested in the room, hit me in the DMs. I'll ask you a couple of questions. We'll chat. And stay tuned for more announcements on the virtual summit that I'm going to be doing in the next couple weeks. Have a great day. Peace.